All right, what's up, guys? It's the CMR channel. I'm gonna start doing story times. I'm not gonna set like a weekly thing or anything like that because I am focused on music. But I figured this would be something fun to get into for you guys, whoever's watching, like 4 people. It doesn't matter, but I just figured it's fun to tell some crazy stories on here. So let's get right into that. Spend the last night on the last fire. Spend the last night on the last fire. Nobody you, yes, alright. Nobody you, yes, alright. Spend the last night on the last fire. Spend the last night on the last fire. Alright, so where do I start? I was sleeping on my friends. We're gonna call him Don. We were like good skating buddies. We used to hang out every single day. Now we don't, so it's weird, but he's a good guy. But anyway, we were skating buddies. We just got back from skating. It was late at night, and we were younger back then, so we asked his dad if we could go back out. And our plans were we're gonna go to a party. And of course, his dad's like, sure. His dad's real chill. His dad's like, just be back at like 11. And we're like, oh, perfect. Okay, totally. That's fine. So we go out and we get our boards. We're a little tired, you know. We didn't take a shower, so we're those typical skater dudes showing up to a party. We walk about, I don't know, it was a couple miles. We skated a couple miles down the road, not walked, but we skated a couple miles down the road. We got to this guy's house. We're gonna call him Timmy. We're gonna call him Timmy. So we got to Timmy's house. We show up there, and it's just him and like a fucking 5 dudes and like 20 girls. And we're just sitting there like, okay, this is interesting. And then they weren't really doing anything. They were just chilling there. They were smoking some weed, you know. They weren't drinking. They weren't really doing anything. And we decided that we didn't really want to be there because nothing was going on. It was kind of boring, and pretty much it was just one of the guys were going off with like a couple girls at a time into his room and then coming back out. You know, it was like it was just awkward for us to be there. We were just chilling in his kitchen talking with our skateboards in hand. And that was like our first party experience, so it was kind of lame. But before we left, someone started talking to us. Well, Timmy started talking to us. And he's like, oh yeah, the party's not here. We can bring you to the party. So, and everyone's like, oh, we're going to the party. They all get up. And so we start walking. And this place is actually like right across the street from where I live now. It's actually nuts. But we walked a solid couple miles to this field. And we walked through the field and we went into the woods. At first we were like, okay, this is awesome. Our phones are charged. We got service. We got flashlights. Everyone's walking with their phone lights. And we were chilling. We just started walking through the woods. And we stop at this first party that just ended. And they're like, oh, we're going to another one. It's up the hill. And there's this fire pit. The ambers were still there. They just put it out. They were doing what they could do to put it out. Mind you, we are in the middle of the woods. There's no water. There's no nothing. So we keep walking and walking. We hit another fire pit. There's like 4 or 5 guys sitting there drinking beers. You know? And me and him are like, what the heck? They just have parties up here all the time in the middle of the woods and stuff. And we just kept looking at each other like, what the heck's going on? So about 30 minutes go by. We hit this place where there's a huge fire going on. And instead of stopping there, the group was like, oh, let's keep going further. There's got to be more people somewhere else because there's you can hear like tons of sound everywhere, and you can hear people everywhere through the woods. So we go another 30 minutes and our group starts to get split in 2 because every person would stop at one of the parties and stay there because they see like a friend. So now we're down to like three other people besides me and Don. And our phones are at 2%. We're sitting there in the middle of the woods. I mean, deep in the middle of the woods. We've been walking for so long, and there's like literally 3 people with us. One of the girls sees my friend Don start to kind of freak out. And I'm sitting there like, man, you gotta calm down, you gotta relax. He's sitting there like, my dad's gonna getting mad, blah blah blah. Gosh, I can't speak. He's like, my dad's gonna get mad. I can't get in trouble. He's sitting there almost crying. I'm like, man, calm down. You're in front of a million people. You're okay. You're good. Just don't do it. And then thank this girl. I don't know who this girl was. This girl had black hair. She just comes up to him, grabs his hand, and goes, it's gonna be okay. Relax. It's okay. She's like, you aren't leaving yet, right? She's like, I really want you to stay. And I was like, Don, shit. And he's still sitting there freaking out a little bit, but it's alright. He's kind of calming down now. And then his phone dies. And then it's all back to ground one. His phone died, his light went out, and I was the only one with a phone flashlight now, and my phone was at 3 or 4%. It was a while ago, it was a couple years ago now. So it's really hard to remember, but I was at 3 or 4%, and he starts freaking out again. He's like, man, should we call my dad? I was like, no, you shouldn't call your dad. It's okay. You know, we'll get our way out of here. We're fine. He's like, I know, but we got to get out and be back home by 11. And right at his dad's house, there's like a clock on his street, like a huge one that glows, and you can see the time on it. And of course, we still had about like 30 minutes left, and till we got, 30 minutes till we needed to get back. And in those 30 minutes, my phone ended up dying, and it was pitch black out, and we were just walking aimlessly. So, oh wait, go back a little bit. I just skipped over a part. So he was still freaking out. Okay, and I was like, fine, call your dad. So he calls his dad. He says, hey, we're gonna be late. I'm kind of panicking. We're in the middle of the woods and we don't know where we are. We're going to a party, completely exposing ourselves. Like, come on. And then his dad just like, okay, man, that's fine. Just make sure you get back tonight. It's all right, bud. I was like, okay, your dad's chill. I was like, you're fine. He's like, no, we're not. We're still gonna get lost in the middle of the fucking woods, and I don't know where we're going. I was like, it's fine. We'll find someone who knows where we're going. So me and Don keep going on with this group of people. 2 girls, a guy, maybe one other guy. I'm not 100% sure. It was a while ago. I just remember the girls because they were trying to calm Colin Don down. So time goes by. He's freaking out more and more. And then all of a sudden, my buddy that actually moved to, what is it there? Jamaica. We're gonna call him Ethan. Ethan shows up out of nowhere. I mean, this guy moved away. He was gone for years. He shows up that one random night out of nowhere. He's like, oh, what's up, guys? I haven't seen you in so long. He's like, Colby, it's been such a long time. I haven't seen you. I was like, oh, no way, Ethan. I was like, bro, you know your way out of here? He's like, of course, man. Just follow me. So Colin starts calming down, you know. We're getting out, and we're getting even more lost, it seems. Like, we didn't know if he actually knew where he was going, because he kind of seemed, he was a little off of a character, but he was a cool guy. I seen him the other day, actually. But yeah, he was a cool guy. He was a little off, but that's no problem in this story, because he gets us right out to a main road. He's like, here you go, guys, just go this way and you'll get all the way to Pike. Once you turn to Pike, just go straight down this way. You'll get straight to where you need to go, guys. And we're just sitting there like, thank you, man, I really appreciate it. And we're sitting there like, we're so late, we're gonna be so late, our phones are dead, we can't call them, tell them that we're on our way or something like that. So we start walking. We go the wrong way at one point because we're just stupid kids, and that's what we do sometimes. But we go the wrong way, and instead of, freaking out like he did before, we just turned around and went the other way. But actually, the main reason that we couldn't go back the way we came, where we knew where we were going when we were in the woods, because we actually hopped down this cliff that you could not get back up. We literally jumped down off of a cliff to get down to where we wanted to go. And right there, I knew we should have turned around, but I just didn't. We just didn't really wanna. We were prepared. We were gonna have fun, and then, things just went bad. But anyway, we started walking back to his dad's. And we get to the bottom of this hill there, and the clock says 10:55. And I look at him and I go, I told you shouldn't have called his dad. He's like, yeah, you're right. But he's also said, what if we did get stuck in there and no one knew we were in there? I was like, in the morning we would have got out anyway, man. It wasn't really that dark out either. I mean, we eventually would have found our way. It's not a big wooded area, you know what I mean? But either way, it happened. We got back inside at 11. And his dad was still passed out on the couch, so it didn't even matter. We just sat and looked at each other, and we were like, what the fuck just happened? And pretty much, we never did that again. We never went there again. We never tried to follow those people to a party again. I mean, it was just nuts. Like, that whole experience, if you guys were there, it was kind of like one of those experiences you have in your dreams. So, like, you wouldn't expect it to happen to you. Like, you wouldn't expect things like that to go that way. But in the end, it all worked out fine, and yeah, it ended up being a really good experience. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this story time, because I sure did, and it was good to reminisce back on a memory like that, because back then things were just a little bit easier, you know. I was still rapping back then and stuff, but it was definitely a different time in my life. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you would, like, subscribe, comment, you know, do all that crazy stuff, you know. I appreciate you sitting here through the whole thing if you're still here, and good luck in life. See ya.
Fucked up, shorty, yeah, you done fucked up. 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 I don't fuck with no snotty little hoes. Got her fucked up, snorting powder to her nose. I don't hold a grudge, I just kick her out the door. Next bitch, always trying to get me, but I say fuck no, you never got my back, hoe. Fuck you, shorty, yeah, you done fucked up. Fuck you, shorty, always fucking with my drugs. Yeah, fuck you, shorty, use you as a pussy plug. Out with plenty of bitches, it's alright. You got me fucked up, begging for my fucking life. Thought I found the one that I was gonna wipe. No, then I said fuck you, shorty, something just ain't right. Fucked up, shorty, yeah, you done fucked up. 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 You say that you love me, but you moved on in the same day. Yeah, that's ugly. I remember you were sneaking out just to see me. Ain't that funny? Now you tryna play the blame game, shorty, you a lame. Not much I can say, yeah, not much I can say. You were using me for the fucking jewelry, and the clothes in the closet. Always catering to you like you were my boss, but she just got a little exhausted. So I said fuck that and tossed it to the basket for a while.